Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Beta Breakdown, and this time we're going to be looking at a new challenge event. So, this video is going to be focused on the challenge event itself and not on the heroes. If you're interested in the heroes or you want to see both, I'll include a link to the hero video in the description below, and you can use that to find information about the heroes in particular. So, this is going to focus on the new League of Villains challenge event itself because there's some new stuff that you're going to want to know about. Potentially huge changes to the way all challenge events work, and not in the best way, if you ask me. So, as with all beta topics, keep in mind that this is still subject to change. None of this is final yet, and this is the first appearance in beta, so it is very likely to see a number of changes, but this is where it's at right now. So, let's dive in here. So the thing that they are changing with this challenge event, and it's unclear if this is going to be the case for all challenge events or if this is just unique to this one. We don't know yet. We can only speculate at this moment. But the unique feature is that you can gain an increase of 2% to your stage score for each villain's hero in your team. Heroes of the villain's family bypass the elemental barriers and have increased attack, defense, and health plus 20% in this challenge event stages. So those are huge. The other thing to keep in mind is that this 2% increase is per hero, and it doesn't require unique heroes like the family bonuses do. So if you have 5 of these heroes, even if you're a high spending player and you take 5 of the best one, for example, assuming there is a best one, that's a 10% bonus to your stage score. And each of those heroes, as I understand it, each of those heroes will not be subject to the elemental barrier, and they will have 20% attack, defense, and health. So pretty huge. Again, it's not clear at this point if this bonus applies to all challenge events or just for the League of Villains, but the fact that they're adding this and it does use the same coins as the other events seems to show that they are testing this out. And if that is the case, that makes the gap between pay to win and other players even more significant, because those are the players that are most likely to have the best heroes from each portal and multiple copies of each to create the best team synergy, and now they're getting an additional boost on top. So there's some good notes in here from Governor, who is one of the active moderators on the forum and helps put this information together. So we're going to look at some of his opinions there, and maybe he'll pop into the comments as well to elaborate on those, because I think he's making some really good points. So you can see these notes right here. It's not clear if it's for all challenge events. If it does apply to all, it's even less clear if the bonus to using them, if the bonus is for these specific heroes or if it will be for each event's heroes. For example, Pirates for the Pirates event and Guardians for the Guardian event, etc. Or if it will be villain heroes for the Pirate event, villain heroes for the Guardians event, etc. And you can see here it is not limited to unique heroes. So taking 5 of the same, you'll still get a 10% bonus to your score, which will be a huge, huge advantage. So, and that looks like this particular hero is insane given that he's a hit 3 version of Namahaj. So yeah. We'll look at the heroes in the next video. Again, if you're interested in the heroes only, check that link in the description to go to that video, but there was going to be too much to talk about, so I wanted to separate them. So, this moderator, who is also in beta, I believe, is not a fan of these at all because it does increase the divide between pay to win and the regular players. So, something he mentions here is that to do well in these, it requires farming the boards for really good opening boards, getting suspicious chests in most stages. That's becoming more and more essential as the competition gets higher and higher, and then using heavy items if you can get those first 2. So he says, I've seen figures thrown around of 20 plus world energy refills to make only top 100 in a single difficulty. So you can imagine if you're trying to do that in all 3 difficulties, that's 60 plus world energy refills. This is not an exact figure, obviously, but an estimation. And then if you're trying to go for top 10 or top 1, it's that many more. So that's a huge amount of resources. If you don't know, refilling your world energy in the gem store is 100 gems, which is like 50 cents to $1, depending on the particular exchange ratio that you bought your gems at. So that's, if you're trying to do all the events, $30 to $60 plus just to get in top 100 for all 3. So it's not insignificant by any means. And then, the battle items and how much farming it takes to have enough items to craft all those, and the food and iron, it's pretty huge. The way that he's thinking about it, a cheap-to-play or free-to-play player could compete in these periodically, but with the new bonus being added, that might not be possible because, again, the barrier between the people who are spending large amounts on both refills and having these heroes to get the bonus will be pretty huge. So this is one of the bigger changes that I've seen to the game recently, and if this affects all challenge events, then that's going to be transformative in a way that I think the majority of people will find unpleasant. So I've never even tried to compete in the events except for once, because the fact that sorry, I got a phone call, so it cut me off. The fact that the refills are unlimited for the challenge events makes it totally unappealing to me. Like, I don't want to spend the better part of an entire weekend just farming boards like crazy, which is not fun, just to, spend a bunch of money on refills just to get a couple ascension items. Like, I'd like to have the ascension items, but the amount of work and money and time that seems like it goes into that would not appeal to me. And now that divide would be even further. So that would just force the challenge events out for me completely. So I'm going to read this point here. Consider this: there's no restriction on them being unique heroes, so a high spending player could get and level any 5 of the villains and grab a plus 10% boost to their event scores for each stage, which is huge. Also note there's no restriction on the 2% score boost applying only to the League of Villains challenge event, so this could affect all of them, not just this one. Let me know what you guys think of this. There's one, I'll probably save that for the hero video actually. There's an interesting change to the summon portal, so if you want to see that, check out the hero video in the comments below. But let's discuss this for a minute. What do you guys think of this? I personally, not only was I surprised to cover Season 4 heroes, you can check out my beta video on that, which caught me by surprise because we're not even done with Season 3 yet. But now they're adding a new challenge event with tons of new heroes within it, and I have to say the heroes are super overpowered as they are right now. Again, this is their first appearance, so we don't know what's going to happen to them, but as it stands right now, they are super overpowered. So check out that video if you want to see what they're like. But this just seems like too much content too soon, and this is a pretty divisive move across the player base, whether you're spending huge amounts or none at all. So I've always felt that if you're not spending money at all, you can't reasonably expect to keep up with the people that are spending tons of money. But this just makes that difference even more significant, where now the challenge events, if you want to do well in them and get some of those items, which are pretty rare items to get, you probably can't, because I think there's going to be enough people that are willing to spend to get that bonus, thinking maybe I could be the one to get first place, or maybe I could be the one to get to top 10, and that's just gonna, there's only 100 top spots, and are there 100 people that throw tons of money at this game? Oh yeah. So that part's unfortunate. Sorry, I had to take that call. I feel like that covers what I wanted to about the event itself. It's a bad move. I'm really not liking the direction they're going lately. I don't want to get all doom and gloom about because a lot of the stuff, it's the first round of beta. It will change. We cannot treat this as if this is what's guaranteed to happen, because that's not going to be good. But is it a good direction overall? I don't think so. I kind of like them adding new stuff, but I would love to see something that wasn't just a money-grubbing kind of thing. So we'll cover these odds in the hero video. There's some interesting changes there, and so that's what we're going to look at in that video. So let me know what you think in the comments. If you're in beta, I want to hear what you think of this stuff. I don't know how much people have been able to test yet, but let's keep the discussion going and let's see what we think. So thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like the video if you liked the video, and be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.